Welcome, everybody. Mike Martinez. Today, I want to talk about three things your insurance company doesn't want you to know about placing a home insurance claim. Those are very important. These are very important three things that you should be aware of because they make a significant difference in how your claim is settled and how much money you're going to get back on that settlement, right? So it's very, very important that you pay attention to what we're about to discuss. And let me start this very quickly by saying number one, the number one thing is that the claims adjuster that they send to your house. So here's the process. You call up and you say, hey, I got some damage this past weekend. The storm, passed by, a windstorm passed by, and some tree came down on my home. Right, so that happens, and you're on the phone with your insurance company. They say, "Oh, no problem. We will send you an adjuster." Now, what they hope you don't realize is that that adjuster that they're sending you is not an adjuster that's working for you. That adjuster is working for them. And because that adjuster is an independent claims adjuster, and they pick these guys and they routinely call them up, guess what? Those guys, the independent claims adjuster, if they give too much away, if they give what it is that you should get all the time, guess what? They're not going to be called as much, right? They call the people that are giving that are giving clients or giving homeowners, they watch very, very closely. I'll just put it that way. What these adjusters are giving to you, how they're educating you. Some of them don't, right? Some of them don't even bother to say, hey, you're eligible for this or that. They just go do the inspection, write on their clipboard, make their report, and 2 or 3 weeks later you'll find out what it is you're getting, if you're getting anything. Okay, so but what you need to know, and this is the second thing that you need to know, is that it's to your best interest to have your own public adjuster representing you during the claims process. Think about any kind of law litigation. You want to have your own lawyer. What if I'm suing you, and I got my lawyer, and you don't have a lawyer, and you're going to court without a lawyer, and you're attempting to represent yourself? That is exactly what is happening in the claims process, in the home insurance claims process, when you are dependent on their claims adjuster. If you're just having their claims adjuster, you're going, you're flirting with with the wolf, right? And the wolf doesn't have your best interest in mind a lot of times, right? So your best interest, it behooves you to go out there and get somebody that's going to be on your side, that can interpret the policy the right way, and that can get you the most possible on that settlement, and that is a public adjuster. Okay, and number three, here's the last thing that I want you to go with, and that is that the homeowner, the policy holder, has the burden of proof. Okay, so what that means is that the burden of proof means that unless you prove what damages you have, you won't get paid for them, right? So it's very, very, very important that you go out there and you detail the damages. If you do not detail the damages, you're just going to get superficial damages, right? You're just gonna, if you see a spot in the wall, you may get paint for the wall, when in reality you need to tear that wall down because it caused damage on the other side of the wall that's now corroding, and 6 months later you're going to see the damage spreading, right? There's a lot of different situations like that you just can't go by sight, right? You just can't say, hey, look at, most homeowners, here's what they do. They get a claims adjuster in their home and they point. There it goes right there. That was the damage. That's not enough. That's not considered burden of proof. If you went to court, if you would not gain anything by saying, "Hey, I pointed that out." That doesn't work that way. You have to be specific. Look, we had X amount of square feet of damage. We had to replace X amount of material. We had X amount of labor hours involved in the replacement of the tearing down that material and replacing that material. Those are the things that need to be detailed. That's where you need the burden of proof in order to get paid for that. And the insurance companies know that your policy is written that you have the burden of proof. If you do not prove your damages, they're not obligated to pay you. They are obligated to pay you only if and when you go out there and say, here's what happened, and here's a detail of what needs to be replaced. Here's a detail of the materials I need, the labor I need in order to replace that, the whatever. All right, whatever. That is your responsibility. So those are three things, three very important things that you should be aware of when you go out there and you place a claim. Now, I'll just close this by saying my name is Mike Martinez. You can learn more about this whole claims process and what is your responsibility and how to maximize your claim on my YouTube channel. Or you can pick up the phone and call me and say, Mike, come on by, take a look at what it is that I have and see if there's if it makes sense to move forward. Sometimes it doesn't make sense, right? Depending on your deductible, depending on your damage, depending on certain variables, it may not make sense to move forward. But if it does make sense, then you want to move forward aggressively with somebody that's on your side. Don't just depend on the company adjuster, because the company adjuster is working for the company, right? They're working for your insurance company, and guess what? The insurance company doesn't necessarily want you to go out there and get the best possible settlement, right? They want to minimize what you get back. And again, the independent claims adjusters, they know that, and they want their phone to keep ringing. So what do? They give as least as possible because they want the insurance companies to be happy with them and continue to call them. So there's a big circle of information there that you have to be aware of, and if you're not aware of it, then you have a potential of losing out big. Again, my name is Mike Martinez. I'm a public adjuster in several different states. You can call me and say, Mike, take a look. Does it make sense? Can we move forward? Should we move forward? And I will be there representing you and fighting for your best interests. Give me a call if I could be of service to you.